Good morning. How are you doing, mate? Hope you're fine. Getting slowly better. Been ill for a good week now, but I'm happy because yesterday I could resume training. Don't know about those of you who have a routine with sport activity, I would say. Generally speaking, not only working out in the gym, but when you have such a routine, like you commit to a certain amount of hours each times a week, basically you get accustomed to it, and you will quickly feel that you need it. I've been watching a coach comparing it to washing your teeth, and I think it's similar to that. I mean, it's so much incorporated into my routine, the fact that I train 3-4 times a week, that I'm not used to miss training. So not training for a week was already for me too long, and I was happy to resume yesterday. Obviously, when you resume after a week of you being ill, you're not that performant, but doesn't matter much. Main thing was more, I think for me also mental, the fact that I could resume training. I feel better today already. I feel better. Luckily, I've been able to still maintain my walking, because for those of you who might wonder, I walk pretty much every day, not only on videos. Why do I walk so much when I record YouTube for YouTube videos and battle report? So basically, maybe shortly said, the fundamental for walking, the idea is pretty simple. It's my base energy expenditure, aka low tempo cardio, that I implement every day into my routine. So basically I try to achieve at least 10,000 steps. My yearly average last year was 13 point something or 14 point something, but I'm around basically 14,000 steps per day. That's basically my average. So sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. But the idea behind is basically it's an additional energy expenditure. I feel well when I do it. And why do I do it? Especially when I record on YouTube. It's a time where it fits well, because walking on a pad is not that cool if you only do that. It's much better, and I found the hack for me was really to occupy your mind with something else, and then you don't actually notice that you're walking. So that's the good way for me to do it. Is I record a battle report 30 minutes, and then I walk at the same time, and then after I'm done with the video, I not really notice the fact that I've been walking 30 minutes. So it's easy, enjoyable, and so on. So basically that's a bit the reason behind. So that to say, I've been able to maintain that walking, with some days a bit less because I was mainly in bed ill, but still being able to maintain that movement, that feeling that my body was still active was there. So at least that was that. Anyway, that was a long enough intro. If some of you have a step routine, like you say you commit to 10k a day or something like that, let me know in the comment. Would be intriguing to know since how long you do that and what's your average on a yearly basis. Would be funny to compare. Topic for today, I wanted to talk a bit about obviously the upcoming update. That now that I knew that as soon as I would be over with the Tournament of Munich, my focus would be on the next update. I think me, like a lot of players, we are looking forward to the freeze, and I'm even to the point where I'm thinking, okay, maybe 9 months freeze is not that much. We would like to have even more. So I think we are looking now for stability, for long-term stability. Freeze, 9 months seems good. Do I want the season pack to be completely changed in 9 months? Don't think so. Do I think it's perfect? No, as well. And what maybe to be a bit more concrete, what armies do I feel need help in the upcoming update, and what do I expect, and so on. Maybe to speak about season pack, there has been a video from my good friend from Belgium, Agrael. is a very nice guy. He made a very good video on Dread Elves. Basically, his attempt was to rebalance the book. So he made like what the pricing team would do, or he went over the book and said, okay, here I would put +10, here I would put -10, here I would change that design because nobody uses that banner and so on, which I found is always an interesting exercise, especially when you play the book. Hard to do when you play the book because you tend to be sometimes less objective, but I found his review quite good, and while you could critique some of the stuff, it was very interesting, and it was interesting enough for me because in the introduction of the video he answered to one of my critique when I've been saying regarding Dread Elf, and I had a couple of example lists in my mind. MSU is an issue for them, they have too many bodies, and basically his answer was, I don't agree with that statement because MSU is the play style, is one of the play style of Dread Elf. And I understand that point. For him, the conclusion was more Season Pack 2 is the problem, because Season Pack 2 basically, and I've been saying that too, so I agree on that point with him totally. We have been saying that Season Pack 2 basically doesn't discourage you to take too many scoring. So there is never a point, and it was that messy analysis for me in this walk and talk session in the previous one, where I've assessed for each primary the number of scoring, and basically we just felt that actually if you go through the 6, there is none of them where you're actually better off having less scoring. So more scoring is better. So basically you just have MSU is the way, and that's a bit of an issue of the Season Pack 2, and I agree with that. Season Pack 2 has led toward more dynamism, more open games with the primary that force you to move more in the table. So I think this has killed some playstyle that we saw last year. For example, the one that I was playing, to be honest, the Immortal gunline that was popular for Infernal Dwarfs, maybe not so enjoyable to play against, and I can accept that. But that type of list that struggle to really take board control is would be having massive issue, and I start to realize that towards the end of the previous season already. So yeah, I think generally speaking, Season Pack 2 has the tendency to favor more open game and combat and having the board and so on. So that's a first part of the reality of Season Pack 2. But the second part is you can just spam the scoring. It's going to be better for you to spamming, to have more scoring and without any limit to that. So that favors MSU and make our army list with 10 scoring better than one with 5. And I think that's a clear statement. How can you rebalance that now? I genuinely think it's too late. I don't believe they are going to change Season Pack 2 to a point to rebalance that. I've been saying for me, one option was obviously the good old Capture the Flag, and the version 2.0 was for me much more problematic for the spam of scoring, because you could also take scoring from distance. Are they going to change Trophies of War to allow us to take scoring unit from distance? I don't think so. I don't think they would do that. I think Trophies of War / Spoil of War in the previous version is very linked to the core of 3.0, and I don't think they are going to move it back towards Capture the Flag, which in my opinion would be a very good idea. I will be honest with you. I think that would be the best fix to the spam of scoring unit. That would be the easiest one. You just add a sentence that said basically you can also take the scoring not only when catching, but yeah, it would change the mechanic of it. And I know the Spoil of War / Trophies of War is the first primary that they made for 3.0, was supposed to be the only primary. So I think that would be stretching the 9th Age team a bit too far. I don't believe they would do it. But for me, Capture the Flag was at least a good way to tell to the people that are spamming scoring unit, okay man, there is at least one primary where you're going to suffer. And it should be that way, because if not, just everybody is going MSU, and that's what's going to happen. So I don't believe we can do much about that. I agree, while I agree with Agrael, I don't think there is much we can do about that. My critique about Red Elf was more, they can spam some entries, some powerful combat entries to a point that it seems a bit over the top. It seems too strong. So that's what I would do. I would more act a bit on those entries. And I think base cost is definitely the way to start, because yeah, there is a big tendency to play only MSU and only the smallest amount of bodies. And while I can get his point to say, okay, MSU is the playstyle, get that, but it shouldn't be the only playstyle. And that's what is the case at the moment. So definitely for me, there is still an imbalance between the size of the unit, and everybody is playing small to spam as much as possible. So yeah, that's about the primary, and I need to close shortly because I'm almost reaching the train station. But I wanted also to speak obviously about Conserve the Numbers. I think that's the one where I have the most expectation in the season pack 2. That's my key point of focus, of expectation. I am annoyed, I will be honest with you, and I've been on the winning side, I've been on the losing side of this automatic win secondary objective. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand it anymore. Every time, and every time you can, going to take it. It's automatic pick, automatic win in most cases. And I don't like the fact that it's so easy to maintain and that it needs so much to be done for the opponent to win it. And if you have a close game, it's starting at 11-9. I can't like this. I don't know how to rebalance it, but I hate it. I think it's too much automatic, and I think the staff should really do something about it. The minimal fix is at least raising the bar from 3 to 4. Not sure it will solve that much, but still, I would even consider raising it to 5. Or maybe you have to, I don't know, I think there should be another way. Maybe you have like to pick 3 of your own scoring unit, and 2 out of the 3 have to be alive. Something like that. I think we have to make it different, because at the moment it's automatic win in most cases, and I find it annoying because sometimes, and quite often, the choice for you to take defender is going to be based also on the fact that there is a good likelihood that I get Conserve the Numbers, and very cool. It's an automatic point in most cases. So I know that still a lot of people go for first, and the game where people go for first are still bigger win rate than the one go for defender, but it's just a general concept of having one where it's auto win in most cases. I can't have it. I can't have it no more. I think it has been long enough. I expected it to be fixed already in the previous patch, and I really hope something will be done in this end of March patch. The rest, I think it's about fine. I've talked about the MSU problematic, but I don't have that much expectation, to be honest, because I think it would be a bit too much in terms of redesigning the season pack. I don't think they will do it. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, wish you a very good day. I hope you're fine. Don't hesitate to share your views about the season pack, what you expect, what you would like to be done, maybe some other issues, some other concern that you might have. And as always, if you have new topic ID, don't hesitate. I'm always happy to get new ideas. Take care, have a nice day.